Welcome back to another episode of the Todd, Durkin Impact Show. And wow, oh wow, do we have a show and a half for you today. First off, thank you all for the amazing feedback that we had from episode 195. You guys were dropping the DMs and the messages on the Alleluia, we're open message, a look back at the hardest 15 months and darkest times of my life. Why is it? Why is it y'all like me sharing the juice so much? Like, I'm sharing and spilling my guts to you all in 195, and you're like, GD, thanks so much for sharing the dark times. You know what? I think I've come to realize is it's good to just, I was vulnerable. I was completely open and vulnerable in that, and I really appreciate all of your messages and comments from that, because I do believe that many of us face the same challenges today. And in a moment, I'm going to get into 5 things it's going to take to get the fitness industry back and 7 predictions. But I want to let you know, even if you're not a fit pro, you're not a trainer, you're not a coach, I do believe that this episode will be of great value for you because many of the lessons are universal, and they're going to apply to different aspects and sectors and industries of life, as well as just you as a person, as a human being desiring to be your best. So again, thank you always. I appreciate all your comments and your shares of the messages. If one of them resonates more than another, as you know, I always appreciate if you can give us a 5-star rating as well as a review. The reviews really help the show, and I can't believe we are soon approaching episode 200. I can't believe I've done 200, about to do 200 episodes. This is 196 today, but 200 episodes? I'm like, how did we get 200 episodes done? Don't worry, roll up your sleeves. We'll have something special for that one too. But today, 5 things it's going to take to get the fitness industry back. Are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Y'all better pick up the tempo. It's time to rock and roll. All right, number 1. The number 1 thing it's going to take to get the fitness industry back is you. It's going to take you getting back to you. Because if you're not any good, how is your studio, your club, your box, your business going to be any good if you're not any good? It doesn't matter your role. You work the front desk. If you're not happy, if you're not joyful, if you don't have a smile on your face, then guess what? They're not even going to make it past you to help the rest of the studio gym club out. Everyone matters. The massage therapist. Oh, massage therapist, you better buckle up because you are going to be busy as heck in the upcoming year. If you are a fascial stretch therapist or you do optimal performance bodywork, OPB, if you chiros, if you work with your hands, you're going to be trainers. You better get your rest because it is going to be real busy real quick. You got to get back to being your best. You got to get your belief back. You got to get your swag back. You got to get you back. Can anyone feel me like, man, I got to get me back. I got to get me back. I hear you on that. How do you get you back? How do you get you back? Like, how do you get back to feeling your best? I've talked about WLWL, when life works list. I now have a WLWB, when life works best list. These are some of the things I'm going to be working on, by the way, at that Max Impact Retreat in July. I'm giving a little bit of a beef to you now. When life works best, what are you doing for yourself? What is that? Number 1, you get around other fire-breathing dragons. If you're a fit pro, you need to get into my mastermind group. You need to be in the TD Mastermind group. It's a family. It's a community of fire-breathing dragons. We just had our second live retreat here in San Diego, and let me tell you what, the fire department showed up because there was steam and heat coming out of the doors. I'm talking, it was crazy how hot it was inside. They really didn't show up, but I think they should have, because there were some great people in the room, and when you're around that, it's contagious of how awesome that is. 2, hire a coach. Hire a coach to help you get to where you're at. The coach can give you the know-how. A coach can give you accountability. A coach can give you motivation. And maybe it's a coach for your life, your business, your mindset, your spiritual walk. I mean, I've had coaches practically my entire professional life. I am a coach to not only fit pros, but to other high performers and leaders in the high performance world as well. But hire a coach that you resonate with, someone that's been there, done that, and doing it as well. 3, invest in a course to help you get a new skill. Like, what's something that you really need to learn on? Because learning never stops. Whether you're 20, you're 50, or you're 80, learning never stops. So invest in a new skill because it keeps your mind sharp and it gets you back to being your absolute best. I believe that listening to great content is imperative. Like this podcast, I do believe my team and I put out some really great content on a variety of topics. And when you can just listen and think, right now, maybe you're working out, you're walking the dog, or you're cooking, or you're driving, but the time to think is very important in your head. And how do you amplify your self-care? How do you turn it up? Like, when you think about your best habits, what do you need to double down on? What are your worst habits? What do you need to eliminate from your life? What does your training program look like now? I mean, for me particularly, I'm doing this thing called BFR training. Trainers, coaches, you probably know what BFR training is. If you're not a trainer coach, maybe you've never heard of blood flow restriction training. It's something I'm experimenting with now myself. I always like to be the guinea pig on anything I do, and then hey, this is really good, I like it. Well, if I like it, I'll tell you more about it. Right now, I'm just telling you I'm experimenting with myself, like in this BFR training, like 20 sets in 20 minutes of exercises with the BFR cuffs on. How about your supplement routine? Now, I cringe a little bit to tell you my supplement routine. Warning. I'm not telling you to do my supplement routine. My supplement routine is based on the naturopathic doctor that I work with and her recommendations based on where I'm at physiologically from actually taking my blood, getting blood draws, and seeing where I'm at. So, some of those things I'm sharing with you today. Once again, warning. I'm not saying do this, but these are some of the things. Of course, before a workout, I like to do my pre-workout. It gets me like a little hype for the workout, gets the blood flowing, gives me my beta-alanine, gives me some caffeine to get the blood pumping, gives me a little bit of niacin. I get rock and rolling. Cod liver oil. Been doing that for years. Bubs. You've probably seen me post or talk about Bubs collagen protein and MCT powder. I do Bubs collagen protein and MCT oil, but also Bubs has this new apple cider vinegar gummies. It's like candy. I need to stop exceeding the recommended doses of just 2 gummies a day. I'm like, okay, 3 in the morning and 3 at night. Sorry, Bubs, I like them. And so, as you know, I've been a proponent of apple cider vinegar, but it doesn't taste very good. It kind of stings the throat a little bit. But it's like, okay, but it's good for the body. I'll do it. But these gummies are to die for. So thank you, Bubs, for creating the apple cider vinegar gummies. I'm in love with them. Vitamin B, C, and D, 5,000 IUs. I'm taking a vitamin D right now, again, just to keep the immunity to all-time highs. Probiotics. I just told you I'm doing the MCT oil by Bubs. Protein. I'm a little cray-cray. I do collagen in the morning, with the old coffee every now and then. I do a whey protein after my workout, and I do egg white protein at night. Yes, I do 3 different types of protein. I still eat protein during the day because the best thing to do is to eat protein, but I do some supplements at night as well. Turmeric and curcumin, that's something that is just anti-inflammatory. As I shared with you in episode 195, not only have I had some inflammatory issues in my knees and recently back, I'm doing everything I can from a nutrition and supplement standpoint, from a anti-inflammatory stance, because why? Stress is high. And I shared the last 15 months have been the most stressful I think I've ever faced. Well, I know I've ever faced in that duration. So the nutrition and supplementation is critical. At night, melatonin at night, and then my naturopathic doctor also has me doing some peptides for healing and stress as well. Healing, stress, anti-inflammatories, so peptides I'm doing based on my naturopathic doctor. So the bottom line is this: take great care of you, whatever it takes, whatever it costs, because until you don't have your health, you don't know how much it costs you to not have it. So you got to have your health because the cost of healthcare is high when you don't have it. Number 2, please, there's a plea here from the streets of San Diego. Open all gyms, clubs, studios, boxes, outdoor fitness, indoor fitness. We must open. Gosh, we got to open. Well, thank God, most of them now in the U.S. are open. I know Canada. Come on, Canada. We got this, baby. We got it. I'm with you. I'm praying for you. Got to open up. Got to open up. Got to open up, man. The people need to exercise. They exercise boosts immunity. It's great for the body. It's great for the mind. It's great for the soul. Exercise is crucial, and studios. Nothing like coming in and seeing smiling faces, hearing a little beats, a little NF on the music or whatever else you listen to. And then also, when you open, remember this, trainers, club owners, studio owners, meet the consumer with where they're at. Meet the consumer with where they are at, because where they've at, some of them have been inside predominantly the last year or so, and they haven't exercised like they had been exercising. So we got to meet with them where they're at physically as well as even emotionally. Where they at emotionally, they're down, they're depressed, there's a lot of anxiety. Kids are a little empty. You see the little gray in the eyes. We've got to give them some light. So this is really important that we meet our consumers, our customers with where they're at. Where are they at? Listen to them, ask them probing questions on that. And also, I do believe that people need touch. Whoa, Todd said touch. Yes. Why? Because we've had this physical distancing thing for 15 months. That's now like, okay, the last, with many of these mandates being lightened and loosened and even eliminated, we don't have to necessarily abide by that. At least give some knucks or give a pat on the shoulder. Touch is absolutely critical for humans to survive. Can I repeat? Touch is essential for humans to survive. Touch your spouse. Touch your kids. High five or a fist bump with your clients and your customers, your members. I'm not saying go around the grocery store and just go running up and down the aisles, high fiving people, although I probably will do that real soon. But just touch, right? It's really, really good on that. And then the maniacal focus to change one life at a time. Yeah, but Todd, you don't understand. We don't have the droves of people showing up. One life at a time. If one shows up, that's all you need. One life every single day. Touch it positively, touch them positively, and watch what happens. So the question to ask is this: who is it going to be today? Who is that lucky person going to be today? With opening all your gyms and studios is this: we need to make sure that we identify proper programming as well. Where are the greatest opportunities right now in your studio and in your gyms and at the chains and in the clubs on that? What do people need the most right now? Kids training. Whoo! Kids, even non-athletes, the kids who are non-athletes are at the greatest risk. They need to move and exercise, and maybe that's one-on-one training with a trainer, but kids need to move. Kids need to play. 2, youth sports. Elementary, middle, high school sports conditioning. Great opportunity to get back in the game and train with a purpose. I believe that challenges are absolutely great right now. People are loving a challenge. 30, 60, 90 days. I talked about the other day, I'm looking at maybe having a 91-day challenge because that's how long the Good News Network was. 91 days and then some. But maybe it's 45 days or 30 days or 90 days. Think about how do you put your gifts into a challenge? Fitness, faith, mindset, whatever you want to put your hands into because your people need it. Think about how you can offer a short-term challenge to challenge people to be their absolute best. I do believe that right now, one-on-one training. Yep. Old school one-on-one training. Why? Because a lot of people don't want to be in big groups. They want to be in a very personal, intimate, just coach me back. I'm in a bad spot. I'm not at the best right now that I've ever been. And people need that high touch, high service, like customized programming, accountability, motivation, and I absolutely love that. Like I'm doing more one-on-one training than I had in a long time right now. Also outdoor fitness, right? Outdoor fitness is really big. People like being outside right now. So that's number 2. Number 3, rally your community, your tribe. Who's your tribe? Who is your tribe? Maybe you have a tribe of 10 or 50 or 200 or 500 or 1,000 or whatever it is. Rally your community right now. Inside, outside, at a park, anywhere. Host a live retreat. People need people right now. Now more than ever. People need people. Can I get an amen? One more time. I didn't hear you. I need louder. People need people. We've been in this hole, this abyss of our own home offices, doing all of our Zoom meetings. We got the Zoom gloom. Anyone have Zoom gloom? They're sick and tired of Zooming. It's time to get outside the box a little bit. We got to be bold. Get outside. See people. Laugh. Smile. Yoo-hoo! Yay! You know who it is. Like that kind of crazy energy. I want to see more of that because people are having fun, making people laugh and smile. That's what we need right now. Build your immunity by building your community. Ooh, I said build your immunity by building your community. Like, that'll get your mind right. Build your immunity by building your community. That's going to get the mind right. Reach out to your tribe. Invite them in to the facility, into the studio, because you just opened up. You're getting back and you're at 30%, 50%, 80% of max occupancy. Maybe you're at 100%. Good. Guess what? There's opportunity to go beyond what you've ever gone before and be part of the community. If you're a member, you're a client, you're a customer of the community, invite your friends into the community. Why? Because again, your immunity is going to be built by your community. Number 4, rally your team. Rally your team. You know, at Fitness Quest 10, I shared on episode 195, we went from 42 teammates to 25 during the pandemic. But it's the right 25. Maybe your team has either it's gotten smaller or maybe it's grown, because we just hired 3 new trainers in the last 2 months alone. 3 new hires in last. We got to double down on growth right now. We got to double down on your team right now. And if you have people that you lead, regardless of your role, regardless of your job, you don't need to be the owner to be a leader, but this is important. I've got a few points. Number 1, set the new vision. What's the new vision? Where are we going? What are we doing with our business? What are we doing with this community? How are we making the world a better place? How are we making this community a better place? How are we making this zip code a better place? You got to share the vision with your team of 2, your team of 5, 10, 25, 50, 500. Whoever's on your team, set the vision of where you're going. Closely related to that is share your mission with your team. People need a mission. During the pandemic, with my Fitness Quest 10 team and with my mastermind team, I was consistently sharing the mission. Change lives, save lives, transform lives. Change lives, save lives, transform lives. What are we doing to save lives? What are we doing to change lives? How are we transforming the body, mind, and souls of people right now? This is the mission. This is the mission moving forward in everything we're doing at FQ10 and TDE, with our live retreats, with our different challenges, with these larger retreats and motivational speaking that I'm already doing more events on. It's, hey, I'm going to transform the mindset of people and get them in the mindset of, how do I be the best version of myself? What are we doing at Fitness Quest 10 and TDE right now on this podcast to fire you up about your mission in life? When you say, this is my mission, this is what I'm doing with my life, watch out, world. Here we come. Number 3 is leadership meetings. Leadership meetings. Listen, slow down. We're all busy. Lead your team. You lead your team of 2. Let them know again your vision, your mission, and lead them. How do you lead them? Well, 4, you give them learning opportunities. You continually teach your team. I'm out of ideas, Todd. Well, then have them be part of the process. TFTs, training fellow trainers. They go and take an FST or a recovery workshop or a mindset workshop, or they're part of the mastermind. They come back and report to the team of 2 or 5, or they give their own retreat at your facility as well. Maybe you bring presenters in or instructors into your studio. Heck, I think I have, Julie on my team told me, I believe I have 5 different upcoming workshops in the next 90 days around the country for going into studios live. Yes, live. I'm getting on a plane and going in live to studios, and I cannot wait to fire up these teams. Some of them are only 10 people. Some are 20, some are more than that in the next 90 days to do that. But think about whatever your studio is. It's a Pilates studio, yoga studio. How can you better lead and teach and inspire your people now more than ever? People want to be behind a mission. People want to lead. They want to grow. How can I grow now? What does my career look like? And then don't forget to have events, have gatherings, have socials. Because when you have events, gatherings, socials, again, I said it earlier, people need people, whether it's your community or your team. And lastly, with the team part, don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to say thank you to your teammates. Don't forget to laugh and smile and get back to celebrating what we do. Fitness as a means to change lives. That's really important. And my 5th and final point, before I share my predictions for the fitness industry, point number 5 is called always do and then some. And then some. Whatever it takes, we must serve people unequivocally right now. Serve people unequivocally right now. Smile more, have more fun, and then some. Smile and then some. Laugh and then some. Whatever it's going to take, it's the and then some mentality. Whether you're training, you're eating, you're leading, you're growing, whatever you're doing with your community, your tribe, your team, and then some it. And then some. It's a recipe for success. It's a recipe for significance is and then some. Hey, if this past year and a half has taught us one thing, anything, it's that life can change in a moment's time. So I ask you, are you living your best life? Are you doing what you need to be doing? Is your passion and is your purpose and your gifts and your core values all in alignment right now? Let's get them aligned up. Let's make sure that your passion, your purpose, your core values, your whole entire mission of life is in alignment. And then can you eliminate roles right now in your life? Like we have all of these different hats we're wearing, myself included. What are those roles? Heck, we talked about it at our live event here with the Mastermind just the other day. We talked about what are the 6 roles. You can't really have more than 6 roles. Well, you can have more, but you can't be effective at more than 6 roles. Number 1, I'm a family man. I'm a husband and a father. So that's a role. I got to make sure that if I don't pay attention to my wife or my 3 kids, I'm going to lose them. Number 2, self. You identify your roles, but for self, again, in point number 1, take care of yourself. 3, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an inspirational speaker that's designed to transform the energy, inspiration inside of a company and help the culture grow by changing the heart and the soul by the words and the message delivered. I realize that. That's a gift that God gave me, and I'm doubling down on that as I shared in 195, that it's like, that's something I do. I love to do that. I'm a writer. I love to write, whether it's journaling, whether it's emails, or whether it's some content for my mastermind team or my impact team that I'm coaching. And I realize I'm a coach, a life transformer. And whether that coaching is to other fit pros in my mastermind or to folks who I'm coaching outside that are looking for maximum performance in their life, that's what I do. Those are my roles. And when I know my roles, I can do those roles. What are your roles? What are your roles in life? Maybe you can think of the 3 off the top of your bat, but the other 3, okay, I need to eliminate a few roles on that. The bottom line is that if you're not good at any of the roles, nothing else you're doing is going to be good. I want to emphasize that when you get back to being you, wait, I already said that. Yeah, because you got to get back to being you. So get back to being you. Get back to being your best self. And if you do those 5 things, we will get the fitness industry not only back it will grow and abound way more than it's ever been in the modern era. Let me repeat. Jack LaLanne, his ears are perking up right now. Elaine, can you hear me right now? This opportunity that exists in the fitness industry right now is bigger and better than ever before, but it needs you at your best. So here, rapid fire are my 7 top predictions. So realize as I go through my predictions, don't forget, in the outside world, I'm going to make sure I get your mind right. But outside of this, that stress is going to be at an all-time high. Anxiety and depression will be at all-time highs. Suicide rates will continue to grow at alarming rates. Relationships will falter. People will be in financial distress and even ruin. Unhappiness is going to grow, and people are empty, and faith needs to be fed. Why do I share that with you? Because everything I just said right there is you are a solution to that. You are a solution if you do those 5 things I just shared, starting with number 1, you being at your best self. And 2, you growing your community. And 3, you and your team do an amazing job at growing your team on that. Well, then I believe then you're going to help combat those exact things. With that being said, number 1 prediction. Gyms, studios, and clubs are going to not only open and boom in the next 6 months, they're going to grow at astronomical rates as this pandemic comes to a close. People are going to need us more than ever before. They need light. They need training. They need that community that we just talked about. You are growing your culture right now because it is your community that grows the culture. Your team grows the culture on that. One-on-one training will boom just like it was back in the early 2000s when I was starting. Sports performance will boom. Outdoor training will be more popular than ever. And training just because people want to feel better is going to go through the roof. Number 2, online platforms will continue to thrive. I know you're like, Todd, what do you think about Peloton and Tonal and Mirror? They're going to continue to grow. And they're going to continue to be very, very popular. Great. Congratulations. I want them to be successful. Last I checked, there's like so many billions of people that need to get their health right. And these companies are helping people get their health right. By the way, the majority of my clients and members have one of those memberships. When they're not with me, they're at home on their Peloton or doing Tonal and Mirror. There are compliments to that. This is good. It's not such like, oh, this is Fitness Quest 10 or I'm training this person. They got to be my person. No, I want you doing more. So Peloton and Tonal and Mirror, these companies are actually helping the fitness industry grow. Can we open our arms to the competition or collaboration? Collaboration, folks. Trainers, coaches, let's wrap our head around this. I know I gotta say it a few more times, but thank you, Peloton. Thank you, Tonal, and thank you, Mirror, for giving solutions to people to get fitter. And guess what? When they get fit, they adopt a lifestyle that now all of a sudden they want to become a coach. They want to become a trainer, or they want to get some additional accountability and motivation, and they turn to the local studio or club. And don't worry if you don't know of anyone, just hit me up and I'll let you know, because I have hundreds of people worldwide that I know, mastermind members and folks that I coach and train worldwide, that I can help place the people that started in Peloton or Tonal and Mirror. So thank you, and thank you some more. 3, recovery is the name of the game. Massage will be more important and popular than ever before. Wait a second, you couldn't touch people for 15 months. Exactly. That's why for every valley, there is an exact opposite rebound that affects all the way to the mountain. Massage therapists, y'all better get your hands ready to work. If you want to work with people and change lives, body workers, I cannot wait to see over the next 1 to 5 years the amount of work, at least, that will present itself as an opportunity, and the best body workers who are staying in line with their soul, their spiritual and core values, they are going to change lives at the deepest, most profound way. When I say save lives, I'm talking literally saving lives. Wow. Fascial stretch therapy, OPB again, all of these different aspects, recovery from chiropractic and red light therapy, something I have even in my own home, because of all the blue light that is emitted from phones and computers that we all get every darn minute. Red light therapy as a combative therapy. So I have my Juve wall. 10, 15 minutes a day is good for the recovery as well. Number four, mind body exercise. What's mind body exercise? Meditation, breath work, and yoga. This will absolutely skyrocket. Why? Because all of us have noisy heads. Our minds are so busy, they're racing. We can't turn it off. Silence is the hardest exercise there is. It's not the heavy kettlebell swing or the pull-ups that you can't do yet, or the heavy bench press that I absolutely love, or the arm farm that's part of every repertoire that is worthwhile. It's silence. If there's one exercise that can really encourage you to do, it's to get into a meditation or prayer type routine. 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day of sitting in silence or quiet. Don't worry, your mind will race. Getting on paper and saying some prayers are really, really powerful. Number 5, naturopathic medicine. I mentioned it earlier. I think it's going to grow. Why? Because this is very prescriptive and very descriptive of when you really are quarterbacking your own health and taking control of your health, and you're getting to a naturopathic doctor who's looking at your blood and then prescribing from that. Yes, my doctor is actually an MD as well as a naturopathic doctor, so she's an ND and an MD. Pretty darn good. You get IV therapies depending on what you've got going on, supplementation based on the blood work, and any other different prescriptions that they may give you allopathically, or possibly herbs and different medicines that can help you feel well and be well. 6, coaching will grow. Coaching will grow. Life coaching, heck, that's why I created my impact coaching program last year. We're certifying life coaches in the impact coaching method. Why? Because I'm putting more and more effort into coaching, and I only have so much of a bandwidth to coach a number of people. So I have now 30-something impact coaches worldwide as well that are helping me execute a lot of this. But regardless of that, maybe you don't want to go into coaching. Maybe you need a coach. Coaching will grow because people need that accountability. People need the know-how and the motivation to get to where they want to go. Here you are here. Here's where you want to go. Well, how are we going to get there? What's the path to help us get there? Well, coaches are going to help us do that as well. So what can you do to create and deliver more impact to your clients and members? What is it? What can you take part of to create more impact in your life so that you can impact more of your community, more of your team, whatever it is, and whether it's something that I'm part of or another program that can help you be that. Maybe it is the Todd Durkin Mastermind Group. Maybe it is you want to be part of the Max Retreats or an online program. Whatever it is, find out what you need to do to get back to being the best version of you, and then do that. And my last prediction, and I love this one, live events will return in the fall of 2021 and full bore in 2022. Well, heck, you're like, Todd, I thought you're already having live events. Yes, I am, but I'm talking predictions across the world, because like we're kind of like setting the tone right now with we're getting back to live retreats with small numbers of people, with 15, 20, 25 people at one time. But we've got some events coming up in the fall of 2021. We're talking, we're going to have dozens or hundreds of people in events this fall. And the speaking that I'm doing at some of the conferences or for the companies will have hundreds. And then in 2022, I cannot wait. We talking thousands of people again. You're like, oh, I don't know. Guys, in 2022, it's a new ball game. We're going to open this bad boy up, and we are going to get better. And heck, I'm even thinking about having my own big event down in the Bahamas in sometime in early 2022. Anyone in for a big old retreat, a little mega event down in the Bahamas sometime in early 2022? I am, I tell you that. So for all you brick and mortar studios out there, we're going to begin to rebound in the next 3 to 6 months all across the globe. Just stay lean for now. Stay lean. Make sure you're staying focused on serving people one person at a time. I believe that by early 2022, we are in a boom, and this fitness industry is absolutely crushing it and changing lives. The more lives you change, the better your business will be. Focus on the meaningful part. Change lives. Don't forget, lease rates will be cheaper. There's going to be more space available. Have you looked around your local commercial real estate market? There's a little more space available. That typically is going to mean that lease rates will come down. More training studios will pop up in 2022 because existing studios will grow, or more people will be entering the health and fitness space because of the contemplation that many people have either left their corporate jobs or are taking on a hobby, like I'm going to take on a part-time job and train some people in the evenings or on weekends and work 5 to 10 hours in addition to their corporate job. So all of these folks who are getting certified, there's now more opportunities as well. And yes, there will be new concepts that evolve in 2022 that combine technology and virtual fitness and challenge-based concepts, as well as old school training as well. And that gets my heart and my soul singing. So 5 things that's going to get the fitness industry back to booming again, and my 7 trends and predictions for the fitness industry. I would love to know what you think. What do you think about those 5 and those 7? That's 12 nuggets that you can chew on. And whether you're a trainer, coach, you're a studio owner, brick and mortar owner, you're a club owner, or you're a CEO, or you're a GM, or you're a director of first impression, a DOFI as I call them, or you're not a fit pro, but you're a leader. What do you think about the fitness industry and where it's going? I believe from being on the inside and knowing where we're at and where the world is at and the needs, I believe that there's tremendous amount of opportunity and that the future is bright. But remember, stay focused on the now. Stay focused where your feet are at. Control the controllables again. At the same time, get so excited for the future. This summer is going to be great. Things will be majorly heating up this fall. And in 6 months from now, we're going to be heading into 2022 with steam coming out of our ears. And for that, I love it. Until next time, remember, train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact today.